Welcome to my views and news. Some new stories from Ethiopia and Eritrea. Firstly, a stalemate is being observed between security forces and Fano fighters in an area in East Gojjam, where security forces surrounded a place around 3 days ago. They have been warning some Fano fighters in a building to surrender, but we saw exchange of gunfire. Stalemate seems to be there. Secondly, Azima party of Birhanu Naga is facing crisis after crisis. A few days ago, 7 or 8, I think, top members of the party resigned, executive committee members, and today some party members wrote a letter to National Election Board of Ethiopia against Birhanu Naga party chairman. Thirdly, another Eritrean government backed program had to be cancelled. Where yesterday I reported about cancellation of a pro government program organized by a pro government diaspora community in the Netherlands after protest by opposition groups. Now, another program has been cancelled in another country. Firstly, viewers, stalemate is being reported between Fano fighters and Ethiopian army in a place in East Gojjam. If you remember, 2 days ago I reported about use of monasteries by Fano fighters. Several viewers disagreed with me, but that is what is happening in some areas, that monasteries are being used as sanctuaries, as shelters by Fano fighters. Religious places are used by armed groups. If you remember, when the war was ongoing in Tigray back then, Tigray fighters were accused of using churches, mosques as a staging ground, staging platforms for carrying out attacks. Once again, we are seeing the similar allegations against Fano fighters. For the last 3 days, Ethiopian army is trying to take control of a monastery which is in Amhara region. It is situated in Gojjam zone, East Gojjam zone of the Amhara region. Security forces surrounded the monastery 3 days ago. It fired at the monastery. It made announcements telling those inside the monastery to hand over weapons, to surrender, to come out. Stalemate is there. Name of this monastery is Selassie Monastery. It is in Debre Elias. Debre Elias is in East Gojjam zone. This is one of the main monasteries of the Orthodox Church in Debre Elias town, reportedly, and security forces believe that Fano fighters are inside the monastery. That is why they surrounded the monastery. They made announcements. Fano fighters did not surrender. Ethiopian army officials fired at the monastery. Fano fighters fired back. So there has been exchange of gunfire between the Fano fighters and Ethiopian army. That is why stalemate is there, and Ethiopian army is not entering the monastery, religious place. It could lead to religious reaction too. And secondly, from the monastery, people, some fighters inside monastery, they are firing at Ethiopian army personnel who are surrounding this monastery. Tensions there, despite announcements, the monastery is under the control of armed fighters, reportedly. Use of monasteries, as I said earlier, is not new. Zminakasi was seen at a monastery when he was arrested. We saw Skandar Naga a few months ago rather. His pictures were seen from a monastery in Gojjam. Can we say that religious groups in Gojjam are part of this resistance movement? It's difficult to say, because armed groups can take control of monasteries even against the will of religious people. it would be unfair to say that religious people, Orthodox bishops, monks are supporting Fano. Since we don't have any convincing evidence, that is why we won't say that religious Orthodox notables are supporting Fano or fighters. But use of monasteries by Fano fighters is being reported. Where is the church, by the way? If Orthodox church monasteries, churches are being used by Fano fighters, shouldn't the Orthodox church condemn it? These churches should not be used by any party, any armed group. Church is silent, no statement from Abune Abraham, Abune Petros, the Patriarch, Abune Mathis. By the way, Abune Abraham, the spokesperson, the general manager of the church, representative of the Patriarch, is from Gojjam. He is Gojjam Archdiocese, he is Gojjam Diocese Archbishop. He is silent. He should tell the people what is happening at Debre Elias Monastery. It is the responsibility of the Archbishop of Bahirda Diocese, but we have not seen any statement from Abune Abraham. He was quick to write a letter to Ethiopian Media Authority demanding the lifting of ban on Mahibre Kadusan TV when the authority banned Mahibre Kadusan TV. Now, when monastery is a place of tension in his area of diocese, he is silent. Secondly, viewers, Azima party Naga is saying crisis after crisis. A few days ago, some top members of the party resigned, executive committee members, majority of them resigned, and reportedly those who resigned are deliberating to find new political name. They could form a new political party reportedly. Meanwhile, some Azima party members have written a letter to National Election Board of Ethiopia about an audit report of the party. The members say that the audit report which was submitted to the General Assembly of the party was fake, and that is why National Election Board of Ethiopia should investigate the audit report submitted by the party to the General Assembly of the party, and that criminal proceedings should start against Brahano Naga. And the members have announced that if NABE did not take action, they would start legal proceedings, criminal proceedings against Brahano Naga. Party is facing internal crisis, no doubt about that. Can Brahano Naga managed to keep the party united? Top members resigned. Before that, Andualam Arage left the party. And the party members who resigned, they say that party has become a B party, prosperity party, basically PP party. It has lost its role as an opposition party. It is part of all the decisions being made by the government. Viewers, Eritrean pro-government diaspora groups are facing challenge after challenge. We saw that in the Netherlands yesterday, a program organized by pro-government Eritrean diaspora community was cancelled after opposition groups protested in Rijswijk in the Netherlands. Authorities intervened and the program had to be cancelled. In Europe, opposition groups have formed a brigade which has been tasked with cancelling, with protesting outside the venues of government-backed Eritrean embassies-backed gatherings, festivals, celebrations, etc. etc. We have seen several cancellations since last year. We have seen fighting between physical fights between pro-government and opposition diaspora groups of Eritrean diaspora community in Europe. Now, another reportedly government-backed program has been cancelled, this time in South Africa, Durban, South Africa, where a Catholic church was being used as a venue for a celebration organized by Eritrean embassy there. The program had backing of Eritrean embassy reportedly. Opposition groups contacted the Catholic Church and they asked the church to cancel the program. The program was cancelled yesterday, reportedly. Second cancellation of a government-backed program in around 48 hours, one in Europe and the other one in South Africa. Opposition groups are confronting pro-government diaspora groups in Europe, in America, now starting in Africa too. And they say it's a way of stopping forcible collection of remittances by Eritrean embassies, consulates, which force people, which sometimes brainwash people to collect money at these programs, celebrations, festivals. They think it's a strategy which would hurt Eritrean government. Eritrean government has been trying to it's been trying to influence foreign governments to take action against Eritrean opposition groups. If you remember last year, I think Eritrean government contacted German ambassador, German shocked affairs to Eritrea, asking him to take action against those who are involved in a disruption of a pro-government program organized in Germany. But so far we're seeing that the opposition groups are managing to survive, they have managed to regroup themselves, and they are posing a challenge to the government-backed celebrations, festivals being held in Europe, America. Throughout the year, Eritrean consulates, embassies organize programs to mobilize diaspora, to keep them connected. Now, almost on each and every occasion, we're seeing that opposition groups are trying to get these programs cancelled or trying to stop them by protesting, etc. Thank you for watching.